Okay, everybody, we are back. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. I am working on another video, but I am here with Anthony for now, so, say hi, Anthony.
What's up?
I wasn't really thinking I was going to do this video. I am going to be taking a break from reaction content, but for now, we got this, so let's just enjoy making fun of this loser, Ultimate Joker.
Yeah. And before we get started, this is honestly one of the most insensitive and shitty things you could say about anything, especially using a case that's still currently ongoing and getting updates almost every single day. He's one of the most disgusting pedophiles of all time.
Let's get ready.
Epstein made the plot of Injustice sorta age like sour milk, whether it be the games or comics I've read through. Now for context of this crazy video title and statement.
The context? What fucking context?
I'll
You're
tell you the
literally
I'll tell you the
trying to.
context. Hey, hang on, I'll tell you the context. The context is the fact that he is very upset that he's barely getting any fucking views, so he's trying to do all these very horrible things because he knows it'll get him attention.
All right, yeah. No, don't worry, Joker. Me and brainstorming here will give you the attention that your parents didn't.
That's it. I don't even think he has parents. I don't even think anyone even adopted him. I think he grew up in a fucking orphanage.
Okay, everybody has a parent, unless you're like Ultimate Joker and you just like got spawned in a sewer or something.
Yeah, and he was like, and his buddy arrested him. They met in a orphanage or whatever. But let's continue.
All right, but what I do want to say is there is no context that is going to make what you're saying here okay, because what you're saying is foul and disgusting.
And yeah,
say that it all comes down to leadership.
I was gonna say, this also proves this guy is willing to fucking make fun of very serious crimes that can hurt a lot of people. They're making fun of these fucking horrible things that are happening. This guy's a fucking horrible person. I remember in one of the streams, fucking Arachnid Youth was like, oh, he just gets tagged because he just like, you know, he says what's on his mind. Arachnid, that is fucking wrong. This dude just said some very horrible things. Like, dude, that alone just makes you look bad. That just makes you look like insensitive to the people, to the Epstein victims. Like, my god, bro. The same thing with Brandon. Not that we need much with that, but like, still.
Yeah, like for Brandon, I'll be civil to you, Brandon, but I don't need to make you work hard to make you look bad. You just do that naturally.
Yep.
Motivated by the death of Lois and his unborn child in tandem with the destruction of Metropolis, all of which just due to the Joker alone, Superman goes on to do what the government can't or won't when legal due process fails. He starts saving lives beyond his own borders, he slowly starts to take control and even reduces pollution, and becomes way stricter on crime, and overall this works so well.
Way stricter? I'm gonna let you take that one.
He fucking kills people and literally just starts killing people who disagree with him. He takes people's freedom. People, there are so many times where it's like they want a better life. You're taking away the better life they fucking want, you retard. People deserve to have freedom, you fucking retard. I know you live in fucking Canada, and that city literally has fucking freedom because they believe in stuff like that. But apparently you don't. You're a fucking horrible person. I'm sorry. You're a fucking dictator supporter. This is why people hate you, motherfucker. This is why. It's not because you say what's on your mind. It's because you're just a bad person. You're a bad human being. That's why you live in your fucking mom's basement. Actually, no, the orphanage basement, because no one even wants to adopt you. They took one look at you, heard what you had to say, and then they're like, "Fuck you, bitch. Go rot in the orphanage basement." And now that's where you are, with your bitch buddy arrested him.
Oh, just a small correction is Canada's another country, not a city.
Yeah, I know it's another country.
Oh, you said city.
Oh. Okay, well, let's just...
that the god of war Ares, who's fueled by conflict, literally is concerned and starts starving later by the time of Injustice 1. Now, the debate that makes this bad is how Superman is stricter in a way that has restricted freedom overall, in a way that may be too reliant on fear. But honestly, fear may seem to be the perfect substitution for one's lack of intelligence or good morals, hence why one can be in favor of Superman's tactics, likely being justified.
Okay, if you think that Superman is justified in this, then you're an authoritarian apologist.
And I won't even say that. I just think you're a bad person. But this just goes to show how much of a locale you are. How much of a locale do you have to be to literally say horrible things just to get noticed by people? That's just fucking pathetic. And if this is truly how you feel, you're a fucking disgusting human being. I'm sorry. You're an embarrassment to society, an embarrassment to human intelligence, an embarrassment to human beings. God damn. It's no wonder you barely get any views.
You're an
No wonder you have to go
embarrassment to.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's an embarrassment to the platform.
Yeah, it's no wonder he got shadow banned. He's a fucking loser. Well, let's continue.
Especially in the case of Gotham, when he was sending a bunch of those vile criminals to a secure regime facility via Cyborg's teleportation, instead of them staying in Arkham, where they get out dozens upon dozens of times killing innocent people for no reason over BS like not being able to solve some twink's riddle when you're just trying to get to your giga blue-collar job, and would beat his ass if you were locked in a cell with him.
Joker tells us to kill the Bat, we kill the Bat.
Joker told me to kill my sister once.
Did you do it?
Hell yeah! Never liked her anyway.
You're cold, man. Funny thing, he said the same to me. I told him I ain't even have a sister. He just kept telling me to do it. So I got in my car, ran over the first bitch I saw. Joker seemed happy.
Now before I circle back to Injustice, let's just veer off into Jeffrey Epstein. Desensitizing memes aside.
Oh boy, here comes the smelly because he lives in a fucking orphanage basement, he's not attached to humanity. That's why he's a monster.
We all heard the stories, and I fear that YouTube won't let me talk about it without punishing me for it. So I'll keep it brief since people have already heard what happened in the parts of those files we got to see that involved many people. Some just listed off for being there regardless of if they did or knew anything or not, or others being PDF files doing the unspeakable to
you're missing the point, Joker. It doesn't matter if you did anything. The fact that if you were there, the fact that if you attended those parties of your own free will, that's bad enough, and you should be criticized and condemned for it.
I also want to point out Zack Snyder's mentioned in the Epstein files.
Ooh, really? I didn't see that.
That's what I heard originally. I forget where, but that's what I heard. I don't know if it's 100% true, but, I'll have to look into that more, but let's just continue.
Yeah, it might be something to check up on.
Children in tandem with their deaths and torture-filled lives via the many things that happened there. We know that various people who work for the government were directly involved with it, and yet nothing happened. Legal due process, as usual, failed. Probably due to everything about this tying into a certain white and blue country Jeffrey is tied to, but anyway, with all that context out of the way, these are the people that rule us within first world countries mostly. And we're really going to go after Superman motivated by nothing but the greater good that could have saved his family.
You thought you could fool me, Bruce? Like he did? This isn't about Joker. It's about you. I perfected this world. So many lives lost because I held back when I should have used all my power.
For what? To control? To oppress?
I could have prevented Metropolis, saved my family.
Crime took my family too.
If you weren't the gun, now.
I'm sorry, Bruce, but as bad as it was for you to lose your parents in the way that you did with a good father figure, butler, and wealth to fall back on, but that isn't as bad as losing your wife and unborn
Wow! Fake comic fan, and you're a piece of fucking shit, Joker.
I got nothing. Dude's evil. Let's continue.
child at your own mind-altered hands as your city you were supposed to protect gets nuked. He already lost Krypton. He won't lose Earth. As also expressed in Injustice 2, where Batman, as goofy as he was in this game, wanted to let a planet-destroying non-human threat like Brainiac live, despite him trying to destroy Earth. Just like
killing isn't always the answer. It should never be your first resort.
Yeah, the fact that this dude's a fucking villain. He's a psycho.
What he did with Krypton and other planets, with the reason or excuse being that they need him to help restore the shrunk cities, to which we don't even know they'll be able to make Brainiac do. And I'd honestly assume Brainiac would be too spiteful to do that himself. Snyderverse Batman absolutely wrecks Injustice Batman, by the way. You don't see Snyder's Batman getting into a fight with Wonder Woman because of her killing Steppenwolf, after he also tried to destroy the planet. But anyway, back on topic.
You should want Brainiac dead more than anyone. Instead, you're undermining me.
Thank Rao your father can't see you. When General Zod tried to take over Krypton, Jor-El led the fight against him. That's who you come from. That's who you are, Cal. Not this.
If Jor-El had been like Zod, he might have saved Krypton. And we'll save the Earth.
He doesn't even sound evil in both of those clips that embody.
Bro, what? If you think that... Okay, General Zod literally led several coup attempts against the Science Guild. Holy shit, man!
Hey, Don, go back. I couldn't hear what you said.
He said that Superman doesn't sound evil when saying that his father Jor-El should have been more like Zod.
Evil.
Clips of Superman being genuine.
Take over Krypton, Jor-El led the fight against him. That's who you come from. That's who you are, Cal. Not this.
If Jor-El had been more like Zod, he might have saved Krypton. And I will save the Earth.
He doesn't even sound that evil in both of those clips that embody his mindset as to why he's doing what he's doing.
Bro, what? You heard that, right?
Let's just continue with this psycho.
Especially in comparison to what I delved into with Jeffrey. But despite that, I will acknowledge accounts of Injustice Superman doing bad things, whether it be the books or games. But this is where I criticize the writing of Injustice despite me liking those games and books. But the problem is that Superman is right, especially when we compare him to the Western governments of today that exist only to serve.
Bro, no, oh my god. Okay, I'll let you take that one.
Look, a lot of these people are just a bunch of fat white pigs. I can grant you that, but no, dictator, no. You're no better. Like, you're basically allowing him to be fucking Hitler, my guy. What the fuck are you? What the fuck?
The certain white and blue territory I'm not allowed to talk about.
Okay, if you're not allowed to talk about it, why the fuck do you bring it up? Why is this something that you thought was like... Okay, why is this something that you thought was necessary to bring up in a video? Okay. I'm just gonna be straight up. I don't know why this is a video that you thought was necessary to make.
It's because he wants attention, even if it's gonna give, he's gonna get ratio for this. I honestly think we should keep this up just to expose him, because people should know this is the type of people Snyder cultists are.
They poison our food, media, the minds of our women, and job markets with goy slop.
Okay, oh yeah, and it just says protect trans kids. So, Ultimate Joker, are you saying that you don't think that trans kids should be protected from bullying, discrimination, and harassment? I hope you're proud of yourself, you fucking bigoted piece of shit.
But to take away from Superman being right, the writers need to make him do ridiculous bad things to pollute his right answer.
What?
Oh boy, get ready for this.
What the fuck did he just mean? Is he trying to say that...
I think we're about to find out. Let's keep going.
They need to make him desire to destroy large parts of Gotham and Metropolis to make an example, apparently. And then after that, they need to make him kill a kid like Shazam. I guess the debate is if...
how the fuck was he able to not kill... How the fuck was he able to kill Shazam?
So easily, mind you. Because the writers hate DC.
absolute power has to corrupt absolutely, and as much as that has happened before, I think there's enough cases where it hasn't. I think more times than not, outside of a few
Pause.
ridiculously evil moments of Injustice Superman.
That background noise I keep hearing. There's too much background noise.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, like continue.
Yeah, sorry. No, they're sorry. They're just doing construction outside.
And
It's okay.
Superman would be a better dictator than our governments practically are, with politicians you vote for hardly mattering.
Do you really want a dictator in charge of where you live? Do you really want to live under a dictatorship
Yeah,
where you have no free will?
Yeah, this is peak, right? This is peak Snyder cultist right here, my guy.
Yeah, all I would need.
This is all that's needed.
If he
to expose him.
defends,
Hell, Injustice Superman, despite those moments, still isn't as bad as what happened in those Epstein files. When I tried making sure I didn't miss anything by looking up a list of the worst things Injustice Superman ever did, most of the kills, as bad as some of them were mostly him killing people trying to stop him, who were practically Satanists, who worshipped the Joker, who nuked Metropolis.
it's still not. They're children. Remember, you've seen the movie, right? Those were children, and even Wonder Woman was like horrified by him.
Yeah.
We give Harley Quinn a pass, though, for helping the Joker do that, for some reason that shouldn't even be valid because gender double standards of Batman.
It's called. Oh my god! It's called. Listen, you want to know something?
What?
It's called redemption and second chances. I understand that people changing is offensive to you, Joker, and I'm very sorry that that offends you.
Well, I mean, he's a fan of Zack Snyder's movies, so we shouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, right. Remember, people can't change. Remember when we thought he changed?
Zack?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Joker,
no.
Joker.
I meant Joker.
Yeah, Joker. We thought he changed, but it turns out he
Yeah.
had no intention of changing.
Trusting Harley Quinn and a regime member like Catwoman over Flash, who flipped and helped them, or Green Lantern, who at least surrendered. But anyway, despite the writers' efforts to put down Injustice.
Okay, I also want to say this. So they want to talk about disrespecting Green Lantern. What about and you don't think it's disrespectful to Green Lantern to turn him into a Yellow Lantern?
Yeah, and also the fact that he's on Superman's side. Like, what the fuck?
Or what about the fact that or even better, I got a better one. Or what about the fact that they want to talk about disrespecting the Green Lantern IP? What about what happened to Sinestro? You don't think that's disrespectful?
Yeah, that literally is. They made him a bitch.
No, he just Superman just caught his fist and removed his ring.
Yeah.
Justice Superman morally, I still think he's just great at worst, or sorta just more white in comparison to worse leaders, whether it be reality or not. Sure, Superman wanted to take away guns too, but unlike first world countries like joke-ass Canada, not wanting resistance to their freedom suppression on minor things like going into the woods or defending yourself, Superman on the other hand was honestly making that call for the greater good with safety in mind, since Superman and Flash could fly around the world and get most of them out of the hands of
Okay, then get rid of forks, knives, and spoons, because those could be dangerous. Get rid of vehicles; those could be dangerous. Hold on. Blunt instruments that are tools. Get rid of those, because those are dangerous. See how fucking stupid you are?
Yep.
All right, I just go on a rant about that, about how he's saying what he's trying to say that that's a good thing.
I can't.
We already dissected the garbage. Yeah, you're right.
Actual criminals, instead of just the people who have them to defend themselves. And unlike certain countries, whether it be the past or modern day, they aren't taking them away to stop citizens from opposing them, since guns or most weapons don't work on just about every Justice League member.
What if they had kryptonite bullets though?
What the fuck is
What's
he
that
saying?
noise? This? Yeah, I don't understand what he's saying. Do you?
In countries, whether it be the past or modern day, they aren't taking them away to stop citizens from opposing them, since guns or most weapons don't work on just about every Justice League member. Superman wasn't even a quarter as bad as the Empire from Star Wars. When Superman destroyed a planet, it was a planet that was
Oh, okay. You said you read the comics, right?
Yeah.
That's actually not true. He's just as bad as the Empire, I would say. How bad is he lying? That saying that Superman is not as bad as the Empire?
Dude, he literally threw an entire planet into the sun because it was part of the Green Lantern Corps. Like, what the fuck?
So he committed genocide?
Basically.
Wow.
attacking him and his regime instead of.
So I guess we can add genocide apologist to a list of Joker's bad doings, then, huh?
Yeah, but apparently it's okay to kill an entire planet because they attacked him. It's like, what?
No. So no. Have you considered that it's okay to commit genocide if you like the character who's doing it?
Yeah.
Was innocently in space. Hell, both bad and good characters of each elemental nation in Avatar: The Last Airbender had dictators.
No, that was only the Earth. Okay. I know this, so I'm gonna disprove him. The Earth King was his problem was that it was just years of tradition in that the Earth Kings will trust the Dai Li to maintain the peace, but he didn't know that there was a war going on. The Water Tribes are literally governed like Native American tribes were. Air nomads were literally monks. And the Fire Nation wasn't always bad. If you looked into the lore, they were all four nations existed in harmony. It wasn't until Fire Lord Sozin decided that he wanted to expand territory that things got bad.
Yeah, well, let's just continue.
The evil Fire Lord Ozai was defeated. They just replaced him and Azula with Zuko after everything was said and done.
Yeah, because they were dethroned. Fucking retard.
And it was definitely presented as a good ending. The point is, as Anakin once said, the concept of one man being wiser than the internet or media influenced masses, a strong-willed person who would be more likely to make the right calls people won't, isn't a bad idea, so long as they get the right person.
Alright, and what gives you the right to decide who lives and who dies?
It's a great point.
And not Emperor Palpatine. There's many cases.
Oh, so he's also a Nazi apologist then, because you do know that saying that what the Empire did is okay, they literally were based on the Nazis. So if you're saying what they did was so based in epic, which is basically what he did the equivalent of right here.
Yeah.
Where people vote for what hurts them. Just look at nearly everything most women vote for on average.
Oh!
Racism, and also rightfully hate worrying about their safety of not being stalked, but will vote for certain things that contradict that.
Oh, so he's a misogynist as well.
Gets to work at Tim Hortons, and various other jobs, whether it be Canada or not. There's already a lack of democracy anyway when there's bills that get passed despite people voting against it. But anyway, there's too many tangents I could veer off into with this subject, but I'll condense it by saying there's too many pieces of media that puts down vigilante justice that goes against legal due process that.
Okay, nobody said that vigilante. Nobody says that though. Like that's the whole point of like Spider-Man, Daredevil, Batman. That's the whole point of those characters is that they have to take the law into their hands because the law is too corrupt and it can't work. That's the whole point of the characters. Like, there's it's a wonder I never heard about this until some insane Snyder cultist made it up. Right?
Yeah, this is just an embarrassment.
Okay, so yeah, it's an embarrassment, and I think that this is just telling. Because so far, not only is he trivializing one of the worst pedophile sex trafficking rings, he's a genocide apologist. He's advocating for a dictatorship, and he's just a fucking idiot.
I'm just gonna say this
Pushes
real quick,
against
pause.
legal due process in an
If Arachnid Youth still sides with this man, I'm sorry, but you are a bad person. And like, even if I was going, like, even if you weren't a pedophile, the fact that this is the thing is just bad enough. I won't bring up the pedophile stuff anymore, but like, because honestly, this just
No,
takes
me
the cake.
neither. Yeah, no, like me too. Like, don't need to bring it up. It's like we already know it. Don't need to bring it up anymore. No use arguing it because we know the truth, right?
Yeah, but that's just like the worst part ever. The fact that this is the case, but
Yeah.
actual meaningful way. As our buddy Resikin and I have talked about, we have a more mid-Batman movie with the most recent The Batman.
Oh, calling the Batman mid.
let's get ready for this.
First off, I want to know: do you think this movie's mid? I think this is This is what, like, I think if this is a better Batman than Ben Affleck ever could have been.
Oh yeah, I agree, but let's just keep going because we have to.
Right. But this is a great movie, right?
Yeah.
Movie where Riddler, who's different from his usual adaptations.
Oh my god. Why do you... This is the thing. I don't care. Do you think Joker's one of those people who wants like a... No, he's an insecure comic fan.
But yeah, let's just continue.
Isn't really a bad guy at all when he's killing corrupt government.
Okay, and what gives you the right to decide who lives and who dies? You still haven't answered that, Joker.
He can't.
I know you don't have any. I know you don't have. Yeah, no, he can't. And guess what? It's like, you can't answer that, Joker? I didn't think so.
Leaders in ties with the Mafia, along with killing the Mafia members themselves like Carmine Falcone. But to make Riddler evil, they need to make him bomb all of Gotham and cause a flood.
Okay, this is actually something. Let's dissect this. You go first, and then I'll go. We need to debunk this because this is definitely something.
How much more minutes is there? I just have to say, holy.
It's 9 out of 17.
Oh my god, videos are really this bad. But yeah, like, dude, the Riddler was just naturally like this. He was not a good person. He's a fucking villain.
I understand that, like, yeah. And what do you mean to make him evil? It's the movie doesn't portray him killing people as a good thing. It makes it bad.
Yeah.
Just like in Justice Superman, they had to pollute the right answer with some actual evil. No idea how some people put one of the least grossing Batman movies over the others that didn't do.
What the fuck are you talking about? Didn't it do really good in theaters?
My heart's just...
do this BS and did deeper things. And then when media doesn't demonize the concept of men taking the greater good into their own hands, they tend to demonize it. Like the Star Wars prequels, where that was blatantly the theme of the prequels, when the Republic rotted with each movie due to Palpatine's influence. And once the Jedi noticed, they gave their best effort to try and put an end to the Sith, as both Mace Windu and Yoda gave their best efforts to arrest or kill the Emperor, despite failing. Only for Luke and the Rebellion to go against the government and then take them down when they weren't acting in the best interest of the people. But you see, first world Western brain rot critics from the past, or around the early 2000s and 2010s, up till the modern day, put the prequels down.
Okay, it's nice to see that SK lives rent-free in your head.
In a way that I honestly assume is something done in a planted fashion by Hollywood, ran by the white and blue, who hated George Lucas because he wasn't as controlled by them, and made movies that sort of conveyed how to deal with their Epstein-esque
No, that's not what happened.
Well, he's gonna get stuff wrong, so who
versions
cares?
of government. He even called them white slavers in an interview. So they started an internet bandwagon on the prequels because they knew what he cooked for those willing to think.
The prequels are flawed movies, but they're good movies.
I also just want to say this.
But they're not flawless.
I just want to say this. This is fucking schizo shit. He's a fucking he's like a conspiracist because he lives in the orphanage basement for so long.
Instead of pointing at Jar Jar and complaining about pioneered CGI to justify not thinking as they go on to watch a dumb Marvel movie. Hell, the bandwagons of a similar.
I am going to fucking kill myself if he defends Black Adam.
Let's keep going.
Fashion still continues today, with another DC example, like Black Adam, that had a similar message of violence being the answer when legal due process fails, as the American government sends the Justice Society in, only after Black Adam fought back against a terrorist organization, trampling all over his country.
I haven't seen. I only saw Black Adam once, but now that you opened the door to that, why didn't they help in Man of Steel? When Zod was trying to terraform the Earth, why didn't they help in BVS?
The JSA, or sorry, J.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Only for one of the main Justice Society members, Dr. Fate, to somewhat concede and admit that Black Adam was right about how to act for the betterment of Kahndaq. This movie was bashed by the internet as well.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know about the discourse for it, but was it bad? Yes. I'm gonna say Joker is like the only Snyder cultist I see that defends this movie. I've never seen any Snyder cultist defend this.
Even though it beat every DCEU movie that wasn't a Snyder movie, such as the Shazam movies, or most of Gunn's slop, apart from a really high-tier character.
Alright, I actually have an answer to this, and I found out the reason why why the new superhero movies at DC aren't making it. It's because DC suffers. We're in an era that has suffered from superhero fatigue, which means people are not going to be that interested to go see movies. That's why they're going to wait until they see how it does and what the reviews are before they go see a movie. And that's because of people like you, Joker, and your I guess Lord and Savior Zack Snyder, that fucking hack fraud son of a bitch.
Yeah. Also, the MCU had a hand in it too.
Yeah.
Like Superman, despite a China ban. But anyway, this is honestly a video I felt the need to make for many reasons.
Yes, because I'm butt mad that people call me out.
One of which being Injustice being negatively criticized for all of the wrong reasons.
No, I'm butt mad that people are criticizing one of my favorite things. So instead of just accepting the criticism, I'm gonna make myself look like a fucking lol cow.
No, he just makes himself look like a monster.
Such as Superman being evil, being complained about, even though it's the whole point of Injustice. And even despite that, they still portray the good version of Superman from a normal universe, who we see within the first cutscene of the game, not counting the beginning Flash.
Oh, you mean the same Superman said, you know what, I could have been a child murderer too.
Also, I just want to point out, by the way, you literally were praising fucking evil Superman, you retard.
back, who also resolves the conflict at the end of the game. Similar to the Justice League episode in the animated series, this evil version of Superman never dominated the image of Superman despite people pointing at some nightmare Batman.
No, it did. There was
I just want to point out,
it
by the way,
did.
I want to point out, by the way, his proof that it didn't is a fucking Google image of images of Superman. That's the most retarded thing I've ever seen in my life. How about you actually show proof?
Not when we say image, we don't mean actual images. Are you fucking stupid?
Apparently, he
We
thinks
don't
it's
mean literal pictures. That's not what image means, you fucking retard. We are talking when someone says image, we mean the general perception of a character, you retard.
Dream of Superman in BVS being evil and working for Darkseid, even though that once again happened in Superman the Animated Series.
Okay? You're talking about the Justice Lords.
Also, this is a version where it got mind controlled in the Superman the Animated Series, but it was actually done way better. I also want to point out, by the way, this is literally whataboutism. Oh, but he did stuff. Yeah, but he did it in a bad way. You fucking retard.
Yeah, and also, actually, Superman being evil to me, and I'm pretty sure you would agree with this, is that it's like, oh, finally he's evil. Like I was just waiting for him to turn evil, because come on. Right?
Yeah, when he turned evil, I was like, okay, yep, you showed his true colors.
They also say the same thing about Injustice Wonder Woman, even though the same applies to her, as is the case.
Oh, you mean the same woman who was jealous of Lois Lane and literally made Superman become even worse?
In the episode of the animated series that nobody bitched at.
Because it was actually well written.
Continue.
Yeah.
I found Injustice Wonder Woman to still be interesting too, despite
No, she's not!
more evil than Superman and pushing him down this path more, due to many reasons such as wanting to be with him, which is honestly cool to me since women have more of a tendency to be more corrupt and petty when they get—
Wow!
You know why he's saying that? He's saying that because no woman likes him. That's the reason he says this type of stuff.
Oh yeah, and I remember, I do remember one video. I think he said he had kids. I hope I misheard him. I really do hope that he doesn't have kids.
He doesn't.
Put into positions of authority with various examples, such as clips online of them just getting ego as cops, like arresting a blind man for just standing.
Hi there!
Bash when it comes
Alright, we're gonna skip over.
to Justice series.
Yeah, I just skipped over that because it's not relevant.
Well, do you know the story about that?
What?
Okay, so basically...
No, I don't.
Okay, so basically, it was a blind guy who was navigating the area of Florida, and the woman was like, "Hey, what's this in your back pocket?" And her defense was it looked like a gun, and he eventually shows it, and because he called her a tyrant, she's like, "What's your ID?" And he's like, "I don't have to give that unless there's suspicion that I've committed a crime or doing a crime, whatnot." He even goes to the supervisor, and the supervisor is like, "Well, that could have looked like a weapon," or in her defense, "You're armed, or do you have your ID or not?" And then they detain him, and then when they run his ID, he says, "I want your name and your badge number," and the guy's like, "You know what? Put him in jail for resisting."
Alright, yeah, that's pretty fucking awful. It really is. It's pretty fucking awful, but it's not relevant. It's not relevant at all. Alright, hold up. Pause the recording. I gotta go do something.
That intermission sucked, but okay, let's continue.
Alright, yeah, no. We did skip over the thing, but that's because it's not relevant to the video.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Like, it sounds really fucking awful.
When they sold very well as comic books to the point of being the most successful superhero video game tie-in comics, and probably being—
Doesn't make it good.
Keep going.
Up there when it comes to video game comics overall, and are around the top 10 sold superhero video games ever that beat the Marvel vs. Capcom games in sales, and has more of a player base after 2 years than slop like Invincible Versus had in less than a month. But anyway, overall I think it's up to the viewers of media to be more conscious, even if they had to defy the views of the writers themselves, like they did when they thought Rorschach from Watchmen was cool for killing criminals like PDF files and standing up to a god by being unyielding in his values to tell the truth no matter what, even though the author Alan Moore saw him as a parody, as if anyone but the author could know that as the intent.
Wow, you sound butt mad that the author's intention for the character. So Alan Moore's intention for Rorschach is to be a parody. And Joker's butt mad. He's ass mad about that, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep. Let's keep going. We already got 40 minutes.
Overall, I don't think Injustice Superman was completely evil, and I think
Bro, what?
being such, aged like sour milk, and I honestly think you'd have to be a physically incapable, flimsy little bitch that's too avoidant and scared of violence and conflict to disagree. There's many things in this world that only make sense when you force it to. But to end on a more positive example of Superman in another Elseworlds continuity comic, which, you know, are usually the best DC comics, we know Dark Knight Strikes Again Superman, which is a sequel.
Oh my god.
Continue.
Equal to The Dark Knight Returns, where Superman was obedient to the United States government to the point where he fought Batman just because they wanted him to, due to Batman doing what they couldn't when he came out of.
No, that's not why he fought him. He fought him because Batman was killing people.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Retirement to help Gotham. Funny enough, some people were critical of Frank Miller's Superman being like that despite loving the book.
What's funny about it? People have consistent standards. You think that's funny?
He's a monster. Keep going.
But funnier enough, they also hated Superman even more in the sequel to that comic. That was also hated by the usual vocal minority culprits when he did the opposite of that.
Then why don't people talk about it more? If it was only a vocal minority hive mind.
Because he's the vocal minority hive mind. There's only 2 more minutes.
Superman's daughter he had with Wonder Woman put herself in danger to try and stop Brainiac, who was working with Lex Luthor and his AI president to be an evil dictatorship controlling the world that would go on to use laser cannon satellites to reduce the world's population so it would be easier to control the remaining people. And with the endangerment of his daughter, Superman breaks free from that passive, obedient, faith in a broken system mindset, and finally stops pulling punches with a world that will destroy itself if he lets it.
Ma? Pa? You were wrong. I will always cherish your memory, but you were wrong. I will always cherish this planet and its creatures, but you were wrong. I am not one of them. I am not human. It took my own daughter and my darkest rival, my despised opponent, to teach me I am not human, and I am no man's servant. I am no man's slave. I will not be ruled by the laws of men. I am no man. I am Superman.
What the fuck is this?
Bruh. He hates Superman.
All right. So I think a lot of this speaks for itself.
Yeah, but that's all for now. I'll be doing the Arkham City video soon. I'll ask for hashtag Ultimate Joker Monster if you ever have X or YouTube. But anyways, have a good day.